So if you're a part-time RVer and you feel really pressured to be a full-time RVer, we know exactly how you feel. So stick around, we've got some really interesting thoughts and a big announcement.
It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
Full-time RVing is amazing.
Your house is literally on wheels. You can go anywhere you want.
Whenever you want.
You can just follow 70-degree weather everywhere, all the time.
You can go to the Grand Canyon or Key West or even Vegas.
And you'll have your home with you the entire time with all your stuff.
You can visit family and friends.
Whenever you want, for as long as you want. Or travel with other full-time RV friends.
The RV community is awesome, very helpful and very kind.
It can be way cheaper than owning a house.
It can force you to downsize and remove the clutter from your life.
But people rarely talk about the downsides of full-time RV life.
You have to arrange for a mail service.
You don't have anywhere for family to stay when they visit.
What happens if there's a problem with the rig or your tow vehicle?
Most RV parks won't let you do maintenance or wash your rig on site.
Storage is an issue.
Weight and weight distribution can be a real issue.
RV parks can be really expensive.
And you lose any investment in property that you have.
Over winter, all the RV parks in the warm places are usually fully booked, and the ones that are not are usually extortionately expensive.
How does healthcare even work when you're a full-time RVer?
Is full-time RV insurance really that expensive?
Internet access can be really unpredictable and really unreliable.
Laundry can be a pain, especially if you don't have a machine built into your rig.
What happens if a pandemic hits? So even though we do own the farm in Virginia, we were full-time for 6 months. Planned to be longer, but COVID obviously hit, so we decided to come back. But it was one of the best times of our lives.
For sure.
We met some amazing people. We went to some incredible places.
We had some good food.
Some good food. Too much good food. We had some cool experiences.
But do the pros outweigh the cons?
So when we got back to Virginia, after we had to cancel the trip due to COVID, we had a serious decision to make. And the question was, are we going to go full-time? Or
When
is really what the question was. When were we going to go full-time? So over the past few months, we've been considering this a lot. We've taken into account all the pros and cons and actually came up with a few more that are actually specific to us.
Yes.
More than most people in the US or Canada.
We don't have family here with properties that we can fall back on.
We have a lot of family who like to come and visit us. They'd have nowhere to stay.
We like to host for family and friends, and unfortunately being in an RV, we wouldn't have the space or the sort of facilities to be able to host properly.
There's no way you're cooking for 8 in an RV oven, that's for sure. At the time we were considering all of this, Roxy was with us. And she's pretty old, and although she did love the trips, it was pretty hard on her getting in and out of the rig and in and out of the truck, and also travel days were pretty tough on her as well, just, you know, the stress of everything. So that was a big consideration.
But what if something happens to one of us?
So sure, Natalie knows how to set up the trailer and pull everything down, and she can even drive the truck with a trailer, but she doesn't enjoy any of that. That's not the bit she enjoys.
And Lawrence has no idea how to plan a trip or how to use the laundry services.
So on that note, we think we found the perfect answer. And that plan is, we sold the farm. We put all of our stuff into a truck, we hitched up the trailer, and we drove to Florida. And then we bought this. So, breaking news. Before we go any further, hit pause. We want to know what your thoughts are before we actually explain why we've done this. So, yeah, we can wait. Go ahead. So, it's pretty obvious we haven't committed to full-time RV living, but
We have found the best of both worlds now.
We think we found the solution. Now, this is a more expensive way of doing it. So if you have the funds, we'll let you know how it goes. But basically, the way I see it is we're reverse snowbirding.
I'm not sure that's the correct term. We're still technically snowbirds because we're in the south over the winter and we're going to be travelling over the summers.
True. It does sound like a skateboarding thing though, reverse snowboarding. But so basically...
Snowbirding.
Snowbirding, reverse snowbirding. Reverse snowboarding.
Not a Tony Hawk movement.
I love that game. Anyway, so we have decided to, we've bought a place in Florida, so we are going to stay here during the winter months, maybe from November to, I mean, it's March now and it's really hot, so, you know, November to maybe February, end of March, depending on the year. We can stay here, we will live here, we can do maintenance on the RV, we've got somewhere just to chill out, we've got a pool. That's cool. We have a pool, doesn't have a heater. Natalie's going to make me buy one. I can feel it already. So that's the idea, is that we're going to live in Florida, in a house in Florida over the winter, and then the rest of the year we are going to RV. So kind of the opposite to what other people do, where they buy a house in Montana or Maine, Colorado or something like that, and then they RV in Florida for the warmth. We're just doing it the other way around. So that's very cool.
I think financially wise it makes way more sense. As we said earlier, it's expensive to RV in Florida over the winter, and it's really hard to find space. We have space now, we're good, we're set, we don't have to fight anyone for some space in a nice hot state. And we're not paying those monthly extortionate rates to be in Florida.
It's true. It's very true. And actually what we have done is we've halved the size of the house. The farm had a lot of land and it had 3 floors and it had a cool basement and, you know, some real fancy stuff that I've always wanted, but actually we're paying for that in our mortgage. So we've actually halved our mortgage to do this, which means that the other half that we're paying on the mortgage we can use to RV in the summer. So,
and yes, for everyone that's going to ask in the comments, I do miss our chickens. And luckily the people that bought the farm did keep the animals, and so hopefully we will get to hear updates on them.
We did. We rehomed a bunch of stuff. We actually rehomed a bunch of stuff before our trip last year.
Yeah.
We rehomed a few more, some of Natalie's favourite chickens. I know that's like saying your favourite child, but some of Natalie's favourite chickens went to very close friends of ours who are going to look after them.
Yes.
And the other chickens that, you know, she just normally cared about, they have remained, and the new owners have promised to look after them and take them on.
Yes.
We're also very close with our neighbours, so they looked after a few things
animals
as well.
for us, yeah.
So yeah, so really that's it. It's really cool. I'll admit we've been here a couple of days now. We've moved in, we're nearly sorted. We love the place, it's fantastic. It does have space for an RV pad. I'd love to build an RV pad, so we'll see if we can do that. I have no idea how much that costs.
Maybe we'll make an episode on that.
We will make an episode on that. If we build an RV pad, we will make an episode on it. So anyway, so that's the deal. So we are going to be here for the next couple of months. Actually, most of this year, because we want to get sorted. And if we do build the RV pads, then we want to, you know, we'll probably film that and we'll show you around. We'll show you some of the changes that we make to the property. But and also, I have a ton of maintenance I need to do on the trailer.
We'll show you the local area as well.
It's the best bit for me, doing the maintenance, RV maintenance. So yeah, we will show you the area, we'll show you some RV stuff, and if we build the pads we'll film that as well. So yeah, so that's our plan. Big reveal, everyone's very excited. I'm sure you're ultimately shocked, and this has probably changed your life in some way. So if it has, then please leave in the comments, and we'd love to know your thoughts. Like, we don't hear of many people doing this, so
no, most people just up and go for it, and we decided to up and half it.
Yeah, we kind of done it the other way around.
It.
And so, especially if you're an RVer, I know we have a lot of non-RVers watching this, but if you are an RVer, then please let us know what you think. Have we made a mistake, or are we doing the right thing? No one ever knows. We're just making it up as we go along. So we'd love.
So I don't think there's really
thoughts.
ever an answer for that question.
What?
Are we doing the right thing? Depends on your circumstances. And I think we've explained ours pretty well.
I think we have. But do you think we're doing the right thing? Someone's going to come up with a really cool idea and we're going to go, why didn't we think of that?
That's why we're not asking that question.
Yeah. So if it's a really good idea and we've made the wrong decision, please don't say that. Just say,
yeah, it's great, well done.
Great video, thanks. All right. Anyway, we will see you next week. Bye.